Hi everyone, welcome to Strong 6. I've designed this workout for building strength through the core and the upper back for carrying the heavy pack. So for treks like Overland, this is a workout that you can do in 6 minutes. So we're going to do 6 exercises, 1 minute each. Best done after you've done a little bit of a warm up, whether you've gone for a walk or you've had a hot shower or you've already done some other exercise. A little bit of warm up beforehand would be useful. So all the equipment that you need is a band of some sort. So I've got a variety of bands here that are very cheap to buy. You can get them from Kmart, Rebel, even the $2 shop. So a band like this, fitness band, there's various shapes and sizes. Physios use them, and you can probably construct something from around the home as well. So get yourself a band that's going to work these exercises. So we're mostly working the core and the upper back. That's going to help us to manage the heavy pack. So to start with, we're going to do a glute exercise called the zombie walk. So we're going to do 1 minute of every exercise, and I'll explain them as we go. So for the zombie walk, you're going to put a band around your ankles so that you can take your feet just past shoulder width apart. You can take one of these bands, fold them in half, tie a knot, create a loop for yourself. So quite easy to do. So the zombie walk we're going to do for a minute starting now, and this is the zombie work. And what I'm trying to do is push my feet out against the resistance of the band and just little steps walking along, and I've got my knees slightly bent. And then you can do the side, the crab walk. So still keeping your feet apart, and you're just really pushing against the side of the band, knees flexed, pelvis tilted under. Then you can go the other way. It's starting to burn already, and I've only done 30 seconds. What this is doing is strengthening the glutes medius on the sides of the hips, which, as we know, when we carry heavy packs, our hips start to take a lot of the burden. So we want strength through that hip muscle. We also want it to help prevent knee pain, which once you start loading up your pack, the knees are doing an extra lot of work. Okay, and the next minute, so I'm going to go straight into it, is a pull apart. So now we're going to work the upper back. So starting with the arms straight forward, you're going to open out and close. So arms are straight, opening as far as you can. You can adjust the intensity by just shifting your hands either closer together to make it harder or a bit further apart to make it easier. The key with this one is that we're trying to work the back and the muscles of the upper back. So this one starts from squeezing the shoulder blades together in the middle of the upper back. So don't think too much about your arms here. Think about the middle of your upper back. Try not to hunch your shoulders. And we're going to keep it going for a minute. Starting to burn, squeezing my shoulder blades together. And the next one we're going to go into is a row. So this is good with a loop here. Feet apart, again, a little bit more than shoulder width apart. My hands are in this position as if I'm picking up a stick or a dumbbell weight. Again, finding the weight or the resistance that I need. And this is an upright or a row. And again, this is initiated from the upper back. I want to squeeze my shoulder blades together. Now, if that's too easy, I can grab lower down. And I'm leaning forward just about 20-30 degrees. My knees are slightly flexed. My head and body is in a straight line. Slight arch in my lower back. And I'm squeezing again with that upper back. Okay, there's my minute. Then I'm going over onto the floor to do a Superman, but we're going to do a W Superman. So down on the floor, hands in this position, elbows bent. We're going to lift and again squeeze. Lift, hold, squeeze. To initiate this movement, lift the knees, squeeze the thighs. Lift the knees, squeeze the thighs. Keeping the head in line, working through the shoulders, squeezing the upper back. This is going to help your glutes, your lower back. And a full minute of this. So again, knees engaged, thighs engaged, almost there. And that's a minute. Then I'm going over into a side plank with a push-up. So again, this is going to challenge my core. I'm going to do 30 seconds on my knees so you can see what happens there. Elbows scraping the side, coming back up, and I'm going to straighten the top leg and come up to a side plank with my bottom knee on the ground. Coming back down, push up, roll over, straighten the top leg, lift the arm, lift up through the side waist and back down. Now I'm going to go up onto feet, which is a little bit stronger. Push up, side plank. Push up, side plank. Push up, side plank. And there's our minute. And the last one is the dead bug. Key to this one is getting your core engaged. Feet up, arms up, and then I'm pulling on my pelvic floor as if I'm zipping up my jeans and pressing my lower spine to the ground. Alternating legs and back to the center. And before I engage each movement, so now I zip up that belly, zip up the jeans, or suck up on the straw from your pelvic floor right down to your spine. And about this pace for a minute. And this is really working my whole core. And I'm trying not to get any sideways movement. And that's my minute. So that's 6 minutes. Done. Finish with a stretch. Pull those knees in. Little massage. And then whatever stretches that you like, I think a really good one for managing that heavy pack is this rotation stretch, starting in the recovery position, hand over. So this is a lumbar and thoracic rotation. So it's giving us range of motion through our spine, which we're going to lose in all the training where we're carrying the big pack. So we want to compensate for that loss of mobility by doing these types of exercises. So when you're doing this rotation, make sure your head is facing, looking at the hand out here. Make sure the knee stays on the ground. And if the hand's floating in the air up here, that's fine. And just gradually that hand's going to come down. And I would do that for a minute. And then do the same on the other side. So that's a very quick workout. It's going to take less than 10 minutes to do it. If you want to get stronger, do a second round, even do a third round. Up to 3 rounds would be the maximum, but over the next few months as you're training for your big pack carry, you want to build that core strength, that glute strength and that upper back strength to manage the pack. So you can do this easily at home and you can do it every day, probably just once a day, but yes, you could do it every day or 3 times a week. It's all going to help. Attach it to something, perhaps after you've gone for a run or workout, or just when you get up in the morning or after you shower, attach it to something and make it a regular thing, and you'll really notice the difference in how you manage carrying that big heavy pack.